Hello arcade gamers, and welcome back to Biggie D's Arcade. Today I'm going to be traveling to a Walmart here for the first stop on this walk and talk. I want to check out some arcades here. I found online, if you search by zip code, you can see which arcade 1-ups are at what Walmarts. And within 15 miles of me, there was only one Walmart that had an arcade 1-up, and they had the Black Miss Pac-Man for $2.99, and it's in Glendale, Arizona, about 6 miles from where I live. So I wanted to check out this Walmart here and just see if there's any deals to be had here. Potentially Walmart could be trying to get rid of some. They also could be clearancing out other arcade 1-ups like the Blitz. So I thought this would be a good location to check out and possibly snag a good deal today. But also, even if there aren't, I just kind of want to see what they have as far as a selection and make sure it lines up with the website. So I get to the electronics section of Walmart and I'm greeted with some additional risers up at the top here. 2 of them available at a price tag of $59. I think the $59 is fair. I paid $55, I think, for mine. They're only $4 more than what they were before. I think they're a good deal at that price if you're needing one. You know, if I bought another arcade 1-up without a riser, I probably would not buy another riser. Probably just reuse the ones I have and then put those arcades without a riser in another area and not really play those, just swap them out, because I'm getting tired of buying these, and I could just use the ones I already have. But I'm really interested in this Mortal Kombat 30th here. After meeting Paul Niemeyer, the creator of this artwork, meeting the original, Daniel Pesina, Carlos Pesina, makes me more interested in the 30th artwork than even this new one. Also, I would like to put Daniel Pesina on the side and just get a new screen in it. So this would be up my alley, especially if I could find one for $1.99. I am going to talk to the staff here, see what the price is, and then also negotiate, see if I can get it down to $1.99. I would possibly buy that, because it does have the same games lineup as the new Mortal Kombat Deluxe and the Mortal Kombat Classic. Okay guys, this is what we came for, and it looks like they do have the new Mortal Kombat 2 Classic Edition for $2.99. I am a little tempted by this $2.99 Mortal Kombat Classic. I mean, it's got a really good games lineup. So the Mortal Kombat 2 Classic is going to have live online. So it will have online leaderboards and online multiplayer. However, the Mortal Kombat games do not play that well online. I hear it's also hard to find someone to play, and there is lag, glitches, all kinds of other issues. Now, could Arcade 1-Up be working on that right now? We did hear that there are no new cabinets coming down the pipeline the rest of this year. Probably no announcements until CES in January. These games for the Mortal Kombat are all playable online. However, I did hear that Paperboy is pretty much unplayable. I have the Black Miss Pac-Man here for $2.99. I bought it for $1.99 about a year ago. I am happy with it. I also got a new lit marquee for it. Got an OEM off of eBay for about $50. And then I also bought a Joe Zabo's Miss Pac-Man marquee replacement that I'm going to be putting in next week. And this has been a good cabinet for me. I like the games lineup on it. The Miss Pac-Man game, as well, of course, is Galaga. And I also play Pac-Mania, and I'll play Dig Dug every once in a while. I also had this yellow Pac-Man for a short period of time. It does have the molded coin door, which is cool. It does have a decent games lineup. Rolling Thunder is a lot of fun. I think any of these 3 right here are in play at $1.99. If you can get any 3 of these for $1.99, I think that's a good deal. And then you can decide on your riser later if you want to get that. But $1.99 or less, these I think are good deals. This one, even at $2.99, I think is a good deal. Very interested in this one as well. One of my favorite comic books to collect were the Spawn comics. Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, also makes very good action figures. If I was to get into collecting action figures, I think a Todd McFarlane or a Spawn collection would be a good one to start with. They've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, back from the late 80s. And this is Yoshi. It looks like they only have Yoshi. Hamato Yoshi. I was live streaming some Breath of the Wild earlier today. This is a collector's bundle. Comes with a glow-in-the-dark vinyl figure, a snapback hat, a pin set, a bento box, and a sticker set or sheet. It does not have a price tag, but I probably would not be interested in that. It looks very cheap looking to me. Do like the game. Just looking at these Predator action figures here. There's been a lot of talk about an Alien vs. Predator arcade. I know 19K Fox would really like to see one of these get made. He would probably really like this little action figure here. Looks pretty cool. A lot of talk about VR right now with the PlayStation VR 2 headset. I was a little tempted to get one of these headsets here for the PlayStation, but probably hold off. $100 is quite a bit for one of those. Arcade went up. Are they going to be in business after next year? That is the big question. You know, these cabinets have all probably been sitting here. I know these have for probably almost a year. Now these boxes are in very good shape. You can tell they haven't been moved. But, you know, these are probably, 6 months old, maybe a year. Been sitting here. Still $2.99. I got a price check on all these. These are all $2.99. And, looking at this Mortal Kombat 2 Classic, I think the box looks really good on this. I think they've done a really good job. People are able to walk up to it. They're able to see what the games lineup is. They're able to see that they get online. You get a pretty good picture of the cabinet. Why these aren't selling right now, I don't understand. There's all these other electronics here, and they probably sell a lot more of this stuff than they sell these arcade one-ups. So it makes me just wonder, is Arcade 1-Up going to be in business in a year or two from now? Are they going to be able to keep their company running on this alone? They got to step it up. They definitely need to step it up. They need to do more modern. I've been saying it. More modern games. What you're seeing at a Dave & Buster's, or you're seeing at a modern bowling alley. Those are the type of arcades that they should be looking into and trying to produce. Not this, same old stuff that they've been doing year after year. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. How many versions are we going to get of these titles? And how long is that going to keep them in business? So right here, guys, right next to the Glendale football stadium for the Arizona Cardinals, they are building a Mattel theme park. It's going to have a He-Man ride, it's going to have a Hot Wheels ride, and a Barbie mansion. And I don't know if you guys can see it in this video that well, but there is a roller coaster coming out the top there. That's going to be called the Bone Shaker. It's going to be a Hot Wheels roller coaster. So all very cool stuff, guys. Looking forward to this theme park when it's finished. Should be finished by next year, hopefully, around this time. So next, guys, I want to go to Kohl's. Alright, guys, so just wanted to talk for a moment here at Kohl's. I've been out of town now for 8 days on vacation in Orlando, away from YouTube pretty much. Also, I've been on call for the last few days at work, so I've been pretty busy. But I wanted to discuss, because there's been quite a bit of news related to Arcade 1-Up, and I wanted to touch on a couple of these subjects, especially the one on the Street Fighter HS5 Deluxe. Okay, this cabinet was one that I was very interested in, but I had heard from my inside source that there was going to be some issues with the game deck and the discoloration of the game deck. Now, like many others, I took that as, okay, that's gonna mean it looks like the Evo unit, the pre-production unit, that had some issues, major issues, we could say, with the coloration of the outer piece compared to the game deck. We did get confirmation this week with the ones that had arrived on Thursday through She Lion and many others on Reddit and Facebook that the coloration issue is not as bad as we expected. It actually is much better and improved. However, it is still off. There is still a discoloration issue, and the information I was provided by the inside source is technically correct. It may have been exaggerated. You know, they may have overblown how bad the issue was, making it sound like don't buy it. In fact, it looks pretty decent. I think you could buy it and be okay. So, was my source wrong? Was the information that I provided my audience and many others out there in the community incorrect? It was exaggerated, and it was incorrect in that it was not as bad as the Evo game deck. And I'm not seeing any countercades or collectorcades. I know that some Kohls have been carrying them. I was hoping to see like an NBA Jam or maybe even a Mortal Kombat 2-player countercade. Does not appear that they have any. Actually, the only retro product I could really find here is this little My Arcade Miss Pac-Man handheld. I'm going to be giving away one of these, not a Miss Pac-Man, but one similar to this, with 220 retro arcade games tomorrow night on my live stream to one lucky winner. So if you guys tune in tomorrow, you should see something just like this available to one lucky winner who's tuning in live to Chill and Chat number 41. But this one only has 3 games. It's got Miss Pac-Man, Sky Kid, and Mappy. And the reason this only has 3 is it's paying for the Miss Pac-Man license. The one I have does not have that license, and it's going to include 220. So My Arcade, check them out. They got some cool, cheaper, less expensive products in, retro category. But no countercades here. But I did want to pull up here on my phone. I was here for a Kohl's return, but I've been looking at the Kohl's website, and I wanted to check their Arcade 1-Up prices because I found some pretty decent deals. So let's just search Arcade 1-Up here. See what we got. So right now they're doing $10 Kohl's Cash for every 50 spent through October 15th. Now these 20% off coupons, 30% you can't use on the electronics. I did see $3.99 on the 30th anniversary. It's back up to $4.99. Now this one here, this Yoga Flame, I think at $3.99 with the Kohl's Cash is a pretty decent deal. I'm expecting even lower than that though whenever the HS5 becomes more available. As we see those more in stores, we see the classic version of it. I think we're going to see better deals on 2 cabinets, the Street Fighter Big Blue here at $5.99 and the Street Fighter Yoga Flame at $3.99. I think these both are going to go down in price with the new Street Fighter coming out. So right here, I think this is their best deal right now. Arcade 1-Up Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Turbo Legacy. This is the Yoga Flame. It's normally $4.99. They have it at $3.99. But you're going to get $80 in Kohl's Cash. And you can also earn 5% in rewards if you have the rewards account. Keep an eye on this one. Once it hits $3.50, $2.99, I think you got to snag it. And that's probably coming soon. We got Black Friday coming up, guys. Anyone who's purchasing cabinets at $3.99, just think those could be $2.99 or less here in about a month and a half around Black Friday. That's when the retailers do their best deals, is around Black Friday. So don't spend your money right now. I see a lot of people buying home arcade right now. Wait a month to a month and a half. Hey guys, I am back at Ready Player One Games in Glendale, Arizona. Out of all the arcades that have like retro 80s arcades, things like that, this is going to be the closest spot to my apartment. It's about a 5-mile drive. If you go up about 3 more miles, you're going to be at Castles and Coasters. They have a really good arcade there with some retro titles and classics. But this is the closest one, Ready Player One Games, Glendale, Arizona. We've seen it. We're going to see it again and see if there's anything different this time around than we saw last time. I did go to the Phoenix Game On Expo, and I did meet the owner of this place. Both P-Dubs and I did, and pretty good guy, pretty fun to talk to. He's got a real love for arcades, that's for sure. Also, he's got comic books in here, so let's go in and check it out. Pretty busy today. It looks like they've got the same pinballs as last time. I'm definitely going to be playing some Stern pinball today. Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Deadpool, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and look at this guy's Venom. So this is Saturday. They've got the entire arcade open today. I didn't get to see this last time. They got a Crazy Taxi, a Street Fighter Alpha 3. This is really cool, guys, because we get to compare this to the HS5 and that Dynamo game deck. I would say they did a pretty good job. I just don't like the gap in between the end of the control panel and that outer piece. That gap right there should have a deck protector like this. Maybe aftermarket deck protector will come out. They got a Rampage World Tour here. 3-button. You know, we did get a Rampage cabinet. That was one of the first ones they ever made. Will we get another Rampage and maybe make it a World Tour cabinet this time? I think would be a good option. Lethal Enforcers. They've really upgraded the arcade here. They got a Time Crisis 4 now. Look at this thing. Looks unbelievable. Got to play an X-Men at Bolero on my last video. Now look at this, guys. They have got a John Carpenter's Halloween now here. This has just become a fantastic spot to come play pinball. This is a unique title here, Primus. Looks kind of cool. They got this very big Daytona USA tube here. Looks good. And then they've got here King of Fighters 99 playing on this pedestal Namco game deck here. Gunblade Special Air Assault New York. Some cool looking guns. Virtual Striker 3 playing Dungeons and Dragons. Tower of Doom. There's a Neo Geo Big Red. I've heard Justin talk about these dollies right here and how these are just like the perfect thing to have if you're going to have a real pin or a real arcade. Makes it super simple to move the stuff if you need to, and pretty inexpensive, and you can all do it by yourself if you have one of these types of dollies. So here's a Sega Star Wars Trilogy arcade, currently down right now. But it is good to see that they have one. Hopefully they can get this one up and operational soon, because there's nothing like playing this game with that flight stick. Again, Arcade One Up, if you're listening, you should be making a Star Wars arcade trilogy as soon as possible. A few more pins here. For Halloween, and the theme of Halloween is America's Most Haunted. Very cool. And of Lord of the Rings. And a Hot Wheels. So Hot Wheels this is a newer table by American Pinball. And I've played this. It's actually pretty fun. I'm not a huge fan of the plastic ramps, but they're not so bad on this table. And like I showed earlier in the video, if I include that, there is going to be a Hot Wheels roller coaster at the new Mattel theme park here in Phoenix. So they've got everything up and running today. They got an Outrun 2. Silent Scope 2, Dark Silhouette. Would love to see one of these and an arcade one up. There's just so much stuff that they could bring us. Here's a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with that Dynamo game deck, guys. You know, are they going to redo Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in that SF HS5 Deluxe design? Here's a Third Strike. Looking at a pretty good game deck there. Of course, the classic Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior. This artwork is just fantastic. There's nothing like this artwork. And will Arcade One Up bring back that? You know, we saw it in the Legacy. It looked good, but it was that Legacy cabinet design. Are they going to try that again? And here's a Street Fighter 1, guys. If you guys were ever interested in seeing what Street Fighter 1 artwork looks like, here it is in all its glory. I've gotten to play this quite a bit, this Tekken Unlimited Tag Tournament 2. You gotta sit down and play this. It is a great way to play a fighting game. Here's the 80s retro room, guys. Nothing like being in the retro classic arcade room. Get the full tour here. And then they got this Williams Multicade, Stargate, Robotron, Defender, Splat, Joust, Bubbles. Let's Go Bowling. Sure you guys remember that. Predator. And Galaga. A Class of 81. All these are in really good shape. Looks like they've redone the T-molding on a lot of these. They did bring these out to the Game On, and that was a lot of work for them to bring that stuff out there. These things are not easy to move around. This is a very unique looking NBA Jam here. Not seen that cabinet design before. Very interested in getting a Donkey Kong cabinet. I've been pricing out some used ones. I'm just gonna have to wait, guys. I'm gonna have to wait to get a house. I think I need to be focused on getting a house before I get arcades. You know, one can't come before the other, you know? You gotta be smart, you gotta save your money, get your house, then buy your toys. Look at this beautiful Star Wars Trilogy arcade marquee. Notice I had quite a few quarters in my car. I had $1.50 in quarters. I was like, you know, that's probably not going to get me much. But I just played Family Guy for 75 cents. And then I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I get one more game in of pinball. But look at this, guys. These arcades here are 25 cents a game. I was actually wanting to play this Sega here, the Gunblade. It's only 25 cents. You know, only being a quarter here. on some of these arcades. I might get to play 3 more games when I thought I was only going to get in 1 more. Pretty tall, so this is pretty good, as you guys can see. That was a pretty fun game for 1/4. You have these big old like machine guns and the gun just vibrates and you can feel it vibrating the entire time. You just hold the button down, unlimited ammo, and you're in this helicopter and you're just flying around shooting people. It's pretty cool. Gunblade. Special Air Assault Force New York by Sega. So looking at these Time Crisis guns in comparison to the Arcade 1-Up ones that are about to come out. You know, these are mechanical. These are going to be of way better quality. I really wish they would have come through with a better gun on Time Crisis. So guys, this Ninja Assault by Namco is only 1/4. It is a shooting game, so let's give it a shot.
Looks like 2 blood dogs have sneaked in. Your Highness, your loyal dogs have come to save you.
Let me out!
This is a pretty fun game, guys. Ninja Assault by Namco. I wish they would have included this on the Time Crisis cabinet. Pretty fun game. Music's pretty good. I like the theme of it. Got a few more pinball here. We got Jurassic Park, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Avengers. With New Wave Toys coming out with those boom boxes. Look at all these collectible boom boxes that they have here. Check this out, guys. I'm gonna play Silent Scope 2 for 25 cents today. What a bargain. Pretty fun game, guys. I could definitely see this being a great home arcade. Gives you a completely different experience. Nothing like this playing a sniper rifle game. I wish Arcade 1UP could do one of these. Venom pinball, guys. This is a great looking pinball table. Newest one. You know, I played the Pro, wasn't really impressed. I played the Premium, I was very impressed with the Premium. So if you guys haven't got a chance to play this, definitely give it a chance. Play both versions, don't just play the Pro, because I had a much better experience, like I said, with Premium. Marvel, the Infinity Quest, pinball. Like that artwork. This artist is really good. Please do not touch. King Kong. Kratos. Batman. Dragon Ball Z. Not really big into Dragon Ball Z, but I know what it is. And if you guys are out there, you may appreciate these statues. If you're a Sylvester Stallone fan, or you remember that Brisk T, this is the Brisk T. Judge Dredd. I think that is a Spider-Man villain, I believe. Walking Dead. Godzilla up there. Arcade will be closed on October 21 and 22. And this is also a comic book store. Lots and lots of comics. Okay, that was a good time, guys, at Ready Player One Arcades here in Glendale, Arizona. Let's kind of recap our day here in the walk and talk. We went to Walmart first and saw that they do have the Black Miss Pac-Man, the Yellow Pac-Man Legacy, as well as the MK2 Classic and the MK2 30th anniversary. These are all $2.99 right now. I do think that we're going to see some savings on the Black Miss Pac-Man, the Yellow Pac-Man, and the MK30th. Why do I say that? Because we didn't see one cabinet there. That's going to be the Street Fighter Yoga Flame. That one has already been discounted at pretty much all Walmarts for $199. So it's going to be very hard to find that cabinet. I think that's also going to end up happening with the MK30th, the Yellow the Yellow Legacy Pac-Man, as well as the Black Miss Pac-Man Legacy. Reason that is, we've got the new MK2 Classic already on shelves. We saw it today. There's also going to be a slanted screen Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man coming to Walmarts without a riser and lip marquee. And then there's also going to be a new Street Fighter HS5 Deluxe, but in the peasant version, without a riser and without a lip marquee. So with those cabinets coming, they're going to have to heavily discount the ones they have on shelves. That's going to happen likely before the end of November, so before Black Friday. So keep an eye on those cabinets we looked at today. I think we're going to get savings on all those. Also, we went to Kohl's. We noticed there were no Arcade 1UP products at Kohl's today. There are some out there that do have countercades, collectorcades in store. If you're looking for a clearance item, go check out your local Kohl's. You might get lucky. We also looked at the cabinets on the website while we were at Kohl's, and we saw that they're doing Kohl's Cash, right? Kohl's Cash with most all their cabinets. So you factor that in, a $400 cabinet with $100 Kohl's Cash ain't that bad of a deal. So keep your eye on any Kohl's deals coming up before Black Friday. I'm really going to start ramping up my deals videos, my deals content for home arcade, because really that's what I like. I like finding good prices, spending the least amount of money possible, and I want to help you guys find those deals as well. Also, I was really happy that I got to finish this stream at Ready Player One Arcades today. I had a really good time at this location. It's very close to my apartment, only about 5 miles away. You guys saw the collection of arcades, pinball machines they have here. Fantastic place to come check out if you're ever in the Phoenix area. I recommend you guys coming to this place. It's also very inexpensive. I had $1.50 in coins, and I got to play pinball and 3 arcades. 2 of those arcades were shooting cabinets that should have been priced over $1.25, but weren't. They were very cheaply priced at 25 cents. So guys, check this place out. A lot of fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed this walk and talk. I wanted to get outside. I wanted to make a little bit of content for the channel, something for you guys to watch today. Make sure to tune in to the live stream tomorrow night. We're going to be giving away that My Arcade portable handheld with 200 and something games on it. So make sure to check that out. There'll be one lucky winner in that stream, and it'll be just, you know, your name, spinning a wheel, and randomly we'll select a winner. So you guys have a good rest of the Saturday, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye.